Today's guest is one of the biggest names in reality TV. I am absolutely thrilled to kick off this season with Harry Jowsey.
My dad's such a flirt. He just flirt with everyone all the time. He was the funniest guy, always.
It honestly makes a lot of sense of why you are the way you are today.
I just jumped 70,000 followers and then like 100,000, 2 million followers. I was ripping. Even when I did Tour de Heno and I won 7.5K, I just gave away $10,000 on my Instagram.
What?
Yeah, like the family in Panama that wanted to move.
You are so nice. So your father has just passed recently, right?
Yeah, as soon as the plane hit the tarmac in New Zealand, tears. And I remember sitting down, I was like crying, and I look up and I'm like, what the There's cameras everywhere.
Today is the day that Let's Marry Harry drops on Netflix.
This is it. This is my last ever one, my last ever dating show.
Is it really your last ever dating show? When it comes to reality TV, I've got Dibs On This. Welcome to season 2 of Dibs On This, the podcast that goes beyond the reality TV edit to find out the real stories about the stars you couldn't stop watching. I'm your host, Michelle DeBellis. Today's guest is one of the biggest names in reality TV. He skyrocketed to global fame after stealing the spotlight on multiple Netflix dating shows. He's become the internet's favorite Aussie heartthrob and has even been crowned the king of reality TV. He's now taking things to a whole new level by starring in his own dating show with the potential of marriage on the line. I'm thrilled to sit down with this absolute stud, the main man behind Netflix's newest dating show, Let's Marry Harry, the one and only Harry Jowsey.
Wow. Oh, that was the best. You are known for those.
High five, my man.
Wow, that is the best.
Thank you.
Well, that's a lot.
You like that intro?
That was the best intro I've had in my life.
Wow.
King of reality TV?
I think you're the king of reality
I got to put
TV.
that in my Instagram bio.
As honestly, as somebody who produces reality TV and has worked on all the different genres of it,
Wow.
I title you king of reality TV.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
What's
honestly, you blew up so fast, so instant that so many people that watch these shows are like, I want to do it like Harry did
It's
it.
crazy. Yeah, we got so lucky with that COVID. Obviously, not a good time for everyone.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like,
The show dropped. It was too hot to handle.
Yeah.
It dropped on Netflix during COVID. Everyone was glued to their couches. Boom, you blew up.
it's the wildest thing ever. It's also like a weird thing that like your world is changing, but like nothing changed because like we're just in my apartment with my friends.
Yeah.
And like, but if I look at my phone, I'm really like so much interaction. And like famous people want to be your friend, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you turn it off, like nothing's changed.
Yeah, you're like, I'm still in my apartment.
Yeah, I'm still like got no money. I'm in this little apartment. Like I don't know what's going on. Like it was really weird. Like I would kind of get jealous of like the Love Island people because they know they're going away to have like a crazy summer and they come back and they're like super important.
Yeah.
But
It's a different way to like digest it all and like go through the process.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, before we jump into all that, I just want to say kudos to you for killing it. You know, you've made a name for yourself in reality TV, which isn't easy to do because you've stuck around. You're still doing it. You're killing it.
Yeah.
Before we jump into all the specifics of all the incredible shows that you've done, obviously you grew up in Australia. Let's talk about growing up. Like, what kind of kid were you? You grew up in a small coastal town, right?
Yeah.
In Queensland, Australia.
Yeah, can you say the names? You know it?
No.
No, it's called Yeppoon.
Yeppoon?
Yeppoon. Yeppoon.
Yeppoon.
Yeppoon.
Yeppoon.
Yeppoon.
Yeppoon.
There you go. Yeah. No one can ever get it.
What was it like growing up in Yeppoon?
It was the best. Like Australia is the perfect place to grow up and like raise a family. Like I wouldn't change it for the world. We were a very, very small town. The closest city is this place called Rockhampton, which is the beef capital of Australia. So a lot of like country people. I went to boarding school ever since I was like 14. But as you can imagine, I was a bit of a shithead growing up and then got kicked out of all those schools and had to go to school in New Zealand.
Was it an all boys boarding school or was it a boarding school for
The first one was co-ed.
co-ed?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, were you as popular with the ladies as a kid as you are now?
No,
or-
you know what's crazy is I was just like a string bean. I was like so skinny and long
Tall.
for no reason. Yeah. It was like, there was no muscle on me. Like I kind of looked like Slender Man and I had braces and blocks and rubber bands.
Yes.
So my whole mouth was like fucked. So like
So cute.
the worst.
When do you think you kind of just like beefed up and like became bigger? Like
23.
Like that's crazy.
crazy.
Like
Yeah.
I was 5'2" at 12 years old
And that was it.
and never kept growing. Hot
It's kind of
take.
nice. Yeah.
So who was the biggest influence on you growing up?
Probably my dad, because he was such a flirt. Like, he was always good with my mum. I don't think they were ever naughty, but he was like such a big flirt. Like, tipping isn't a thing in Australia, but it'd show me how to tip. Like, you shake someone's hand and have the cash in it. Like,
he was a gangster.
Yeah, he was always cool. And he'd just flirt with everyone all the time. And just like, he was the funniest guy always in every room, and was just so loud and proud. So I think it's probably him, to be honest.
Really, it honestly makes a lot of sense of why you are the way you are today.
Whoa. And even like when he passed, right before he passed, he like grabbed one of the nurses and he's like, I'm going to tell everyone you're my last love affair. And I'm like, what?
He's still flirting.
And then went to sleep.
I got to be honest with you. My dad's the same way.
Yeah, really?
Same way.
It's the best.
It is the best, to be honest. Because then it puts everybody at like ease.
Well, it got a bit creepy when he got older. I'm like, all right, Dad, like.
Well, I mean, I feel like in that moment right before you pass, like all you can do is laugh, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, it was nice. And
thanks
like,
for taking
harmless.
the piss in this moment.
Yeah.
You know?
It was very harmless. It was good.
So growing up there, did you ever think you wanted to leave? Like, did you think you'd stay in Australia, or did you have dreams to move to America and do what you're doing now?
It's so funny, from like being in a small town, I feel like LA kind of felt like it was like going to Mars.
Right.
And like people over here just weren't real. And
Hollywood.
Doesn't make sense. I remember I'd watch the Today Show, and they would have their correspondent in America, like, and have the Hollywood sign in the back. I'm like, wow.
Like, that's
he's
real place.
over there.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so crazy. Yeah, I was like, doesn't make any sense. So then I think my whole goal, like growing up, was like just got to take over the family business and like go to university for that. But that quickly went out the fucking window.
So what made you, like, because everyone in America, like for me personally, like before diving in and like really finding out everything about you, because I do my homework, I didn't realize you did another show before Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah, Heartbreak Island.
What made you, being in Australia, audition for a reality TV show?
Oh, it's a sad story.
Okay.
It's sad.
Is it sad?
No, so like we have, in Australia and New Zealand, we have the highest suicide rate per capita.
Okay.
So a lot of young men, unfortunately, think that that's the only option and want to go through that path. So my brother's best friend, this guy Hamish Monroe, we were so close together. They used to work together all the time, and he's the funniest guy ever. It was so cool. But he decided that it was his time to leave the planet and cross over. So I remember I was at university. I was in my second year in, and I like wasn't enjoying it at all, and I was really sad. But I knew I'm like good at being the class clown. Like I loved that so much. And so I remember when I got the news and got the call, I was like, fuck, like devastated. Absolutely devastated. So as you would be, and I'm sitting there on my phone, and my friend Helen, her name's Helen Devine, best name ever. She tagged me in this post on Facebook for Heartbreak Island. She said, you'd be good at this. And I remember, because I really wanted to be a model, so I had these like underwear photos and stuff. I remember sending these photos and this crazy like words.
Like an audition tape thing.
Everything. Yeah. I was being crazy. And then within like 2 days, they like flew me to New Zealand. They're like, yeah, you're on the show. You're going to make it happen. And I remember it was the first time I manifested anything. It was the first time I was like, I'm going to help people. I'm going to make my friends laugh. Because like I haven't had that opportunity to like do this. My superpower is making a dick of myself. Yeah. That my friends will watch it and be like, stupid, that's Harry.
You're a ball buster. Yeah. You're hilarious.
Yeah. So then I went and did this show, and I remember I was like, I'm going to win it. I remember winning it, and it was the greatest feeling of all time. And then obviously Too Hot to Handle comes out. But it kind of got a little bit worse because all these shows come out and life's really good, making money. You're in LA, like it's really cool. And people want to hang out and get drunk. And I was just like going on this like party lifestyle, like being pretty wild. And then my best friend from the first show commits suicide. And then one of my other really close friends' mums takes her life. And it was like within like a couple months.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I was, it really pivoted me, like really made me take a step back to be like, all right, well, I'm fully off the path of my purpose. Like my purpose was to like make my friends laugh. Now I have so many more friends. Yeah. And I have so many more opportunities, but I just want to get drunk and do drugs and be crazy in LA. Like what the fuck's going on? Right. So I went and did this spiritual retreat and did ayahuasca, and then like had this profound life-changing experience. It made me reconnect with my dad and like have a really good relationship with him up until his final days, and have like a different lease on life, and like see these three friends who had passed and have the most amount of peace and closure and love with that whole experience. But then also I came back and I like fully stopped going out, stopped drinking, stopped doing everything, and just focused on this path of like, how do we continue to make people laugh, whether it's at my expense or not? Right. And so then here we are.
I commend you though, because you had such like a tragic time that you were like, I want to cleanse. I want to take a step back.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Just
I
easy to get
commend you
lost
for
in the
doing
sauce here.
It is. It's very easy. And I think it all happened so fast for you, right? Like you did Heartbreak Island in 2018, Too Hot to Handle's 2020. It was like back to back to back to back, right?
Yeah.
You auditioned for that first reality show where you sent the tape in and everything because you wanted to be a model, but you didn't think anything of it, right?
Nothing.
You win the show,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
So crazy.
And then what brought you to America? Like, did you then get reached out to by the casting people of Too Hot to Handle, or
No.
did you reach out to them?
I was like, after I did that first show, and I was trying to do more stuff in New Zealand because I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
And because they own you for a year and a bit,
Uh-huh.
they weren't letting me do anything. Like they were just like, oh, nah, maybe whatever else. Like, what, just not using me for anything. I was just being hyper aggressive. I would find someone who was on Love Island and go through their following list.
Uh-huh.
Because there's usually someone that says casting, because people usually follow the person that casts them.
Yeah, smart.
And I'd figure out if there's a link in their bio or to DM them, whatever else. Because back at that time, not many people were verified.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on TV, you got verified.
Yes.
So I was all good. So they'd see my DM. So I would be going through everyone, literally every single person. Every single day for like 4 months, I'm looking like what's casting. I have a UK passport, I have an Australian passport, and I don't want to go back to work.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to university, and I don't want to be this failure,
Yeah.
right? Because like all the money that I won on the first show, I blew it that day. I bought everything.
What'd you buy?
Oh, I invested in a company and then invested in an app and then bought all my friends from the show flights to LA.
And then it was gone.
And then it was literally that
Just
day was
like
gone.
that. Poof.
Disappeared. Yeah, I was like, wow, I'm the
Damn.
perfect person to have this. Now I'm broke again. It's crazy.
So you're reaching out. You're like, I need to get on another show.
Yeah, I was like, I just love this stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
But because I was on a show early, they don't necessarily like, people don't like if you've done a show before. It was like really hard to get, because it wasn't like a big show, but it was like just a show.
It's so funny how that was only like 5-6 years ago, and that was the mentality. Now it's the complete opposite.
Yeah,
it's
now
like
it's
if
fully
you've done a
flipped.
show, awesome.
Let's get you on more.
So funny how
It's
that's
so
changed,
funny.
right?
Yeah, so I was like applying for everything. Normal people are applying and like representing themselves. I'm representing the crazy version of myself.
Right.
So this guy, he was casting for Love Island.
Oh, okay.
And he had this call. He's like, look, there is another show that I think you'd be way better on. I can't tell you who it's for or what it is. I can't tell you anything about it.
Right.
Because Netflix hadn't done reality TV at that time.
Yeah.
So I was like,
It was their first big dating show.
yeah.
Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was living with my friend Christian, my best friend in New Zealand from from Heartbreak Island as well, at his family house with his mom and stuff in New Zealand. And they were like, we don't know if this is like legit. Like, how do you know that if this is like the right thing?
There's nothing to compare it to.
There's nothing there, and they're not telling me anything. They're saying untitled dating show.
Right.
And so I was like, I think it's real.
Being so mysterious.
Yeah. I'm like, I think this is the one. And so they're like, no, I don't know. And so they flew me to Sydney to have a coffee. I remember I flew from New Zealand to Australia to have a coffee to make sure I was legit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they signed off that I was a real person. So I guess I was being that crazy. And then I went back to New Zealand, and then they ended up sending me to Mexico. And I remember I sat down in Mexico with the first meeting with the producers, and they're like, so we can tell you what it is now. And I was like, okay. Like, it's for Netflix. And I'm like, what's that? I was like, I don't know what that is.
No.
And like, it's the biggest streamer on the planet. I'm like, so like YouTube? And they're like,
no, Netflix.
yeah, like on your TV, like Netflix. Yeah, I was like, I had no idea because I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And I just like wasn't like clued into life.
Yeah.
And so then
It's so cool though. I love that. Like,
I was so
you
out of
didn't
it.
know what Netflix was, and here you are, like one of the biggest stars from Netflix.
I know.
Like,
And then
it's epic.
I asked them, I was like, do I get a free subscription? They're like, probably not.
You're like, okay, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, what am I doing this
Then
for?
I'm out. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
no, and so then we filmed it. And that was basically it. Like, they're like, you're not allowed to talk about it, not allowed to think about it for like a year.
Right.
So once I came back, I told my friend, I was like, this show's going to be, because you know when you're on set and it's a home run,
Yeah.
like, you know, you can feel it. And I was like, I feel it because I was being fucking nuts. Like the first day I walked in on set, I tell all the guys, we're not going to be friends after this. I don't want to be your friend. I'm not here for you. I'm here to make, get a girlfriend and make a good show. And they're like, what? I'm like, if you're going into your interview thinking about someone's talking shit and worried about if someone's talking shit, just know it's me. I'm talking shit about
so
all of you.
You clocked in
I
on
went
Too
in-
Hot to Handle, and you were like, I'm the villain.
Yeah, I was like, guys.
Villain vibes.
Yeah, I was like, understand that I'm here to drag all of you guys.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like when you went on Too Hot to Handle, did you go on as Harry or did you have this like motive to like do something else? But clearly you did.
Yeah, I even had a shirt that said trouble anytime I did something wrong. So people knew, like the audience would clock that I've done something. Because I would be like,
put a shirt
that
on?
said trouble.
You came with a shirt that said trouble?
Yeah. No, it was the funniest thing. I even had a secret handshake that I would do because I'm like, I was just trying to think, because my lucky thing was that I did Heartbreak Island first. Yeah. So blessed.
So you experienced,
Yeah, I knew we're not going to be friends after this. Yeah. We're going to hate each other. And that if I do more crazy stuff or more brandable things, they're going to get more screen time. And like, that's the goal, right? Like the goal is here to get more screen time.
Well, you did that, Harry.
Yeah, that's why I said naughty little possums when I walk in. Like, I was already trying to think of shit.
Naughty little possums.
Yeah, I'm
like,
that's
like your thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what can I do to like
Well, what's crazy is about like everything that you're saying is that like you just figured it out. Like you were like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I want to become a star from this. I want to be like, I want to be in the edit. I want to get the most screen time. Like you figured it out before you went in and you did, bro.
It's crazy.
And then when the show premiered, what did you go? Like I saw online, like it said you had like 140,000 followers and then you went to like 2.4 million in like a day.
I remember, so this is also another thing. So I started with 70,000 followers from the first
70,000
show.
followers, yeah.
But one of the other guys had more followers than me before it. And I'm like, there's no social proof if I don't have the most amount of followers already. So I entered these Instagram giveaways where it's like Kylie Jenner will be like, follow everyone that this page is following to win these bags or whatever else. So at that time, like that was the quickest way to grow your account with like real American followers. So it like bumps my shit up to 140 and I had more followers than him.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, well, I have the social proof now that I'm the guy that they want to follow when the show comes out.
Right.
So then the show comes out and it rips. I remember that night I'm in bed and it's like, I just jumped 70,000 followers.
Oh,
and then like 100,000.
My God.
And then it just like, it fucking flew. I remember the morning I hit 1 million followers, my friends had balloons that said, congratulations, 1 million followers, whatever else. We popped champagne. We're going crazy. I remember I'm laying in bed and I look at it, it's like 2 million followers. I was ripping.
My God.
It was like beyond belief. Like
it's unbelievable.
And every day for like, I think like 5 or 6 weeks, my story views was at like 2.5 million.
That is wild, dude.
Every time I post a story, 2.5 million people would click that and watch it.
So many people watch reality TV and say, I want to go on reality TV and hopefully I can get a following like Harry Jowsey. Like it just is like Charli D'Amelio and her family, like the way she just blew up on TikTok and it was just like, how and why did that happen? But it just did.
It just
you know
like,
what I mean?
with COVID, it was like the lottery for a reality show.
It's true. I mean, what a like crazy thing to say and like talk about because I feel like people forget, it's nuts, but it's been 6 years now. 2020, everybody was just chilling at home, sitting on their couches, watching TV.
Consuming content like
and
crazy.
Your show came out and it was just like perfect timing.
Isn't that wild? And
crazy.
We got lucky because they had, I think Love is Blind was primed up first. So it came up first and then we were second. So the Netflix audience was like,
what's going to be the next show?
They got locked in. Oh no, it was Love is Blind and The Circle. So they started Circle, Love is Blind and then us. So they started getting primed up on like reality TV. And then by the time we came, it ripped.
When did you realize, Harry, though, like my life has changed?
Well, I think when the first person asked me for a photo.
Yeah.
But then it was like, I think because I like had no money, but I had like this print on demand merch website where I was like, anything stupid I said on the show, like they would
put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt and people buy it. And I think I made like $70,000.
Nice.
In that first month. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're good now. Right. Everything's okay. Yeah. Like we're going to figure it out. It was good because the world started to open up, but like I'd never really felt like I got a warm welcome into like a new life instead of coming back from a villa and it's everywhere.
True.
So I got like kind of eased into it. So I don't think there was like a distinct moment where it's like, oh, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I think it was just like it slowly progressed where I go out, 2 people ask for a photo because we still had masks on and then like go and then like this brand wants to send you something for free or like I'm like, this is cool.
People recognize you everywhere you go now.
Or
is that the truth?
Nice. Yeah. It's like,
do you like it?
I love it because like people have a reason to talk to me. It's just nice because like you get to meet people from different walks of lives. And again, back to my kind of my North Star is I'm doing it to make my friends laugh. And now I have a lot more friends. I just haven't met everyone yet.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of like look at it. It's like, this is so exciting. I get to meet people from walks of life that I've never thought of.
Yeah.
And they want to talk to me about a show, whatever else. Plus also it's not really like, it's hard to get like cocky or arrogant about a reality show because it's not like you're putting in any effort. Like you're just going to Mexico, getting drunk, having sex with people, all good. And you just get to be yourself.
Life.
Like it's not like I'm like doing method acting and becoming Spider-Man.
Right.
Like
right.
I'm not doing anything crazy apart from
Right.
being a version of myself that I'm comfortable sharing with the world. Sure, there's hate and shit that comes with it, but like, okay, hate comes with everything.
Well, I just like, I'm so fascinated by like this and talking to you because you have such like a higher level of the reality star fame. Like I talk to a ton of reality stars. I work with a ton of reality stars. I love them. Like everyone's so cool because everyone is real. People that watch these shows think it's fake and think it's scripted, and it's not.
Duh.
Thank
Duh.
you.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not. You guys are just real ass people that are comfortable being yourselves on camera. But
Yeah.
what I think is so cool about you is that like after the fact, after filming, you're cool with the fame. Like you're cool with people knowing who you are, right?
Yeah.
Some people have a hard time with that.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Have you ever had a hard time with it?
I
Like
think just with family stuff.
family stuff. What do you mean?
Well, I just think like with Let's Marry Harry, it's kind of scary because it's the first time people get introduced to my family.
Right.
Not all of my family because some of them are pretty fucking loose cannons.
Like they can't go on TV.
I think the biggest problem with reality TV and the fame is because like it's not really like you kind of everything's up for a month and then it's down. And if you don't establish yourself or don't have any brand deals or whatever else, to have to go back to work,
Yeah.
like people will get crushed egos and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think like that's probably the hardest part of it all.
Have you ever had a moment where you had to work, or have you just been predominantly being a reality star? You have, right?
No, yeah, I had to hustle for my stuff, but like
Yeah, but you're just like straight, like you get paid through brand
Yeah.
endorsements, deals, and the
Yeah.
shows that you
Well,
go on
lucky.
and maybe win,
yeah,
maybe don't win.
yeah. Well, even when I did Tour de Heno and I won, I think like $7.5K, I just gave away $10,000 on my Instagram
Yeah.
to a family in Panama that wanted to move. I was like, oh, this.
What?
Yeah, because everyone was like,
You are so nice.
yeah, no, it was so.
What did you do?
So when we won, because it wasn't like we won 100K. It was
Yeah.
like everyone, the final 10 people split
The pot.
$75,000.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, why don't I do something different? Like everyone is gonna pocket this money
Yeah.
and feel cool about it. I'm gonna do a giveaway on my Instagram. So I did a giveaway, and my team like went through like it was so many entries. Basically, it was just like, yeah, like follow me. If you follow me or like whatever else, then I'm gonna pick someone random. I had a comment generator, and it picked this family who was in Panama, I think,
Oh, that's
and
so nice.
didn't have any money, and loved the show.
How much did you give them?
$10,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I was
Changed
like,
their life.
yeah, and they ended up moving to America, and everything changed.
Nice.
Probably ran out of it now.
Go
but
you.
Like hopefully they.
But whatever, it gave them the jump start.
Yeah.
Everybody needs the jump start, right?
Yeah.
Yours was too hot to handle.
Hell yeah, and I would have
Damn.
given that money away too. I mean,
Damn.
yeah.
It just like blows my mind, like the journey that you've been on. You know what I mean? And you're still doing it, which is amazing.
Crazy.
It's amazing.
I don't know why they keep having me back.
We know why, Harry. Because honestly, I think truthfully, like the secret to the sauce, you know what I'm saying, is like just being authentic to who you are. Like I ask this question to every single person, but it's like, what advice do you have for people who want to be on reality TV shows? What's your advice?
Don't care what anyone thinks.
Fucking
Like,
be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself. But like be a played up version of yourself. Like give yourself 20% extra and you give yourself grace. Just be like, I'm playing a character, a version of myself that's a little bit more amplified.
Yeah.
And that's all good. I think the problem is when people go on reality TV, they think like, because the producers are so good at putting it in a bubble and making that universe exist only there.
Yeah.
And it's hard to think outside of that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have your friends, your family, your phone, this is it. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole world. And that's perfect. That's perfect TV. That's when they got you.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I'd say if you're about to go do a show is just understand the worst thing that happens is that you just go home.
Mhm.
You just go back to reality. It's all good.
Right.
So just like have fun, enjoy it, be a played up version of yourself and understand that like if you don't win, you're just going to go home back to your friends and family and that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a once in a lifetime experience that not many people get to say they do. Well, now a lot more people, but like.
But still, even like
Yeah.
though there's so many reality shows and stuff, it's still not that many people get the opportunity to do it in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of the amount of people in
kinda
the
crazy.
world.
Yeah, that are applying.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think we had over 10,000 people apply for Let's Marry Harry. Isn't that crazy?
1,000?
Yeah, I remember I posted a story and crashed the site. And I'm like, guys, surely I'm not that cool. No, I was like, okay.
Lots of ladies want to marry Harry. And probably men too.
No, yeah. No, my first thought was like, oh, these people just want to be on Netflix. It's like, they don't care about me. I'm their way in.
You know, there's going to be a percentage of that with everything.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
think two things are true.
Some true, and then some do want to marry you, Harry.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. So I think the amount of shows that you've done are 7, which is cool because you were featured on Floor is Lava, which was fun, right?
Yeah. And then I won 10K from that and gave that away too.
To who?
My friend's charity, her brother passed.
You're very sweet.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta
People
do it.
want to talk shit about you, Harry, but you do a lot of sweet things.
Come on.
He's got his glasses on.
I'm smart. I can see
He's
far.
got his nice little thermal shirt on.
Yeah, it's really hot. No.
So you did Heartbreak Island, Too Hot to Handle, Match Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Right?
That was crazy.
MTV. And then you did The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Australia. Who'd you do that with? You competed season 7 of that.
Yeah, my boy Teddy Briggs, he's from Love Island in Australia too. It was like their first celebrity version. And
Cool.
I did another one, Inventions That Changed the World, which probably is the one that was on Discovery.
Oh, cool.
And then
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
I want to give you credit, honestly. I'm going to give you more credit. I'm just gassing you up. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
You kind of started the platform on Dancing with the Stars to cast influencers to make the show where it's at now.
Wow. Finally someone says it.
Bro, do you think it's true or no?
No, because you know what's funny is
I really think that's true.
I feel like that season that we were on was the first season where people started posting on social like crazy.
Like crazy.
Yeah, because I think
Absolutely.
the season before was like Charli D'Amelio.
Yeah, and it was COVID that season, and they weren't allowed to go in each other's rehearsal rooms, which was a big reason why they didn't make all the TikToks with each other that year.
Yeah.
They would have, but
I
there
feel
were
like they would.
restrictions because of COVID. And then you came in the next season, and being an influencer and being a TikToker, well, you know, someone who posts on TikTok, blah, 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 whatever, you just like changed the game kind of for everybody.
It's kind of crazy.
It's so fun to see. And like
Yeah.
now the show's skyrocketing and they have multiple influencers every season. It's awesome. And I just, you
Bigger
know.
than ever.
Yeah. And then Perfect Match,
Uh-huh.
which was crazy.
It was a mess.
You were a hot mess express on that one.
Yep.
Seems like a common through line. Don't leave because you think there's a better thing, Harry.
Wow, who would have thought? My whole life story.
And then now leading up all to the big moment where
Yeah.
you have your very own dating show, Harry
So wild.
Jowsey.
Isn't that crazy?
Today is the day that
Wow.
Let's Marry Harry drops on Netflix.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? I mean, you are starring in your own show. Like you are essentially, you know, for argument's sake, like The Bachelor. Like you're the stud,
Yeah.
you're the star.
Well, it's so funny because so long I was pitching to try and be the Bachelor.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, I really want to do it.
yeah,
This is way more fun,
Yeah.
way better, way more me
yeah.
version of that.
Well, what's cool is that you pitched yourself to be The Bachelor, but
Yeah.
essentially Netflix created a show
Yeah.
where you are The Bachelor and your name's in the title.
It's
so.
so crazy. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm so lucky. I think even the first day, like, I remember telling the girls, I was the most nervous I've ever been for anything. Like, I was red, I was shaking, my eyes were bloodshot. Like, I wasn't sleeping. Like, I was so scared for this. But I remember I telling the girls, like, we hit the lottery with this crew. Like, the people that they flew in
Awesome.
to, like, work on this thing was the
Awesome.
craziest thing ever. Like, the best. So lucky. And when we went to New Zealand,
Yeah.
they hired local crew.
Mhm.
The thing I'm most proud of on the planet is because a lot of those guys I'd worked with on my first ever dating show.
They were on Heartbreak Island?
Yeah, my soundie, I saw him, I'm like, what the fuck? I know him. And then we all started talking and I'm like, this is
So full
so
circle.
crazy.
So full circle.
Yeah, I think like that was the proudest thing out of the whole show
that's so cool.
was to be able to go back to New Zealand,
Yeah.
hire like 100 locals and bring a Netflix show to a very small, very, very, very small town in New Zealand.
Yeah. And you knew some of the guys.
Yeah, and then
From
be like,
all those years
and like,
ago.
this is it. This is my last ever ones, my last ever dating show, and I get to close a loop with these guys. It just felt like
That's
such a
sick.
beautiful blessing.
Is it really your last ever dating show?
Yeah, all done.
Mhm.
All done. No, I am retired and in love.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's so
That
good.
brings me so much joy
Yeah,
in my
no, no.
heart to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Last dating show for Harry Jowsey. All
Yeah.
right, let's marry Harry. All right, tell everyone, please, all the listeners
Yeah.
and all the viewers, what is this show? Like, explain the format to me.
Basically, it is what The Bachelor wants to be in the easiest way possible. It's real. not scripted. The shit I was saying was ridiculous. My ex-girlfriend, my best friend, Amanda Klutz is also on there. They're helping pick and eliminate the girls.
Yes.
Which is the craziest thing ever. I'd like to see any fucking bachelor do that. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Have their ex-girlfriend pick their wife.
That's crazy.
It's the craziest thing ever.
So you're not making the choices. You're not making the eliminations.
Well, to a certain extent, I was like, hey guys, you should probably let me figure this out.
It was a combination of the two. They were helping you weigh in on things like the pros and cons and why you maybe should be with the girl or not.
Yeah, so they like early on, they go, this is what we're doing. And that was the coolest thing ever. So like it is the thing I'm most proud about this show and I guess my role in it is that it's the first time I get to just be myself.
Yeah.
And like I get to, like my dad's presence is very heavy in it. Like it's a big reason why I want to get married and why I've evolved into being, I'm almost 30, like being a man and wanting to get married and have a kid and more kids and then whatever else that comes with that. I think that like this whole show, as much as crazy as I am and as wild as I have been in my dating life, whatever else, this is where I just get to show who I really am and my purpose and my reason behind wanting to get married. And then you get to be introduced to my sisters and their kids and all that stuff. And it's more of the world is seeing the most me. The
rawest form of you.
Yeah.
And like a deeper version of you, not just this surface reality TV dating show guy.
Yeah.
Because like you would agree with me, right? People refer to you as, the reality TV dating guy, Harry Jowsey, right?
Yeah.
This is going to give you a deeper light. You said your father has a big inspiration to do with this show. So your father has just passed recently, right?
Yeah. December 4th, 2024.
Yeah.
But we actually go to New Zealand pretty much on a year. And it was the first time I'd seen my sisters since he'd passed and their kids since he passed. And like that was heavy in itself. I remember as soon as the plane hit the tarmac in New Zealand, tears. I couldn't control myself. And I was like, and people will see it on the show. There's moments where like I legitimately, like I had a moment where I was to the producers, like Todd and stuff. I was like, hey guys, I can't do this. Like I'm not here. Like I'm not present. Like I need, just give me a moment. Like when I'm in that, I've never been like that. I've never been choked up where I was like, I just need to like go to the beach that I was last with my dad and just sit. And I remember sitting down, I was like crying. It's actually in the trailer. I'm like crying on this rock. And I look up and I'm like, what the fuck? There's cameras everywhere. And there's a drone up. Todd's on the ground like this looking at me. He's like trying to get me to be more sad. I was like, Todd, I got the tears out. Like, I'm fucked.
You're like, bro, I'm crying. I'm literally emo just like hearing you talk about it because it's so sweet.
No, it's exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful way to express, grief and the evolution of who I am and whatever else is going on, but also to talk about my dad.
Well, like, isn't it interesting how, something so sad could like really make you kind of just reshift your vision of life, right? So like your father passing, was that just like a huge eye opener for you to like switch stuff up?
Yeah, I just think also it's like it made life real, and seeing my dad on those last moments when he went through with his sister dying because he had terminal illness, and to see my sisters and their kids and their husbands and partners, everyone having a person and having a family. And I remember like my last moments with my dad, like I'd filmed like a whole podcast with him, where I was so lucky that I had all this, I brought this equipment with me and I sat down with him for like an hour and a half, asked him everything for my siblings, for my family. Got to have that. And then at the end of it, I was like, fuck, I'm going to have kids one day and they're not going to know this guy. So like let's film some stuff. So we filmed like stuff for my kids and my future wife and everything. So special. So like having that and the forethought of like, every part of my life I'm pouring into, but the relationship thing is one of those things where I've just kind of just put one foot in and whatever else, like never really gave it what it needed.
Yeah.
And then obviously once it passed and this show kind of came about, I'm like, well, that's the universe like telling me like it's time to pour into this.
This is the perfect opportunity.
This is it.
To like find my person.
Yeah. No distractions, no phone, no nothing. Like I'm in it.
Yeah.
And these people know it's me. And they're signing up to be with me. And that's like the biggest honor and the biggest blessing that like we have this incredible group of ladies that were just like, that's my man.
Already interested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't have to like, there's no like chase.
Yeah. And there's no like, hey, we saw this TikTok, like we get to see you, like no matter what they've seen about me online or in the past, or like that previous idea of like this reality dating show guy,
Yeah.
they signed up with the idea that like they're gonna marry me.
Yeah.
And like that is such an honor and a blessing to be that guy.
Yeah.
From the start to the finish, like just being able to take it so serious and go through these mental gymnastics of like not trying to upset the girls, trying to be the best version of myself, like trying to get married. Like, so what? And then my ex-girlfriend's there. Like,
I know, it's crazy.
Like, get out of here.
Well, I know it's funny because when you hear the concept, like when it gets, the teasers are out and everybody's talking about it, which is awesome. It's got a lot of buzz. So congrats to that.
Thanks.
People are like, did someone convince him to do the show or did he want to do it on his own? But it sounds like you wanted to do it on your own,
So
yeah?
excited. But the thing is, ever since I was like 19, my whole dating life has been on a camera in some way, shape, or
Right.
form.
Yes, absolutely.
So like, why would I just stop that?
Right.
Like for the last 10 years that I've been in this space, my whole dating life, the ups, the downs, the in-betweens, everything has been on a show somewhat, or at least someone's posted about it, or at least there's been some sort of documentation on it. So like for this to be the final one where I'm like, this is it, no more, you're going to see no more.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm wrapping it up here.
Yeah.
Was such a good feeling and just me.
Good for you.
And it's also nice to like do a show and watch back and go, okay, cool. Like a year later, like I don't like that version. I don't like how I answered that. Or didn't show up in the best way possible. And that's what I love.
Because you learn from every show that you're on, obviously.
If I did it, I'd be fucked.
Especially having the opportunity to like watch back.
Yeah, I'd be fucked. After Perfect Match, I was like, oh my God, this guy's a loser.
It's so crazy though. Like it's such a different experience for you. Like I think it's really, really fascinating how you said like your entire dating life has been on camera.
Yeah.
Like it's something people don't really like I can't say that. The normal person doesn't understand that every single time you've dated someone, it's been recorded on camera for then you to watch back.
It's crazy.
And millions of people to watch as well.
And the highs and the lows of that.
It's such a like crazy roller coaster.
Yeah, I wish I was like on Vanderpump Rules or something where it's like, oh, we're servers. But it's like, no, Harry's having sex with everyone again. Like, and crying about it.
Zoom in.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy, dude.
Crazy.
Well, I think that's really cool of you to like kind of say, you know what, like this is my last hurrah. The show is called Let's Marry Harry. So obviously we understand the motive.
Yeah.
We get it. How do you feel about, you know, having your own show? You know, because you've been a cast member with many other people on every show you've ever done. This is just you.
It was such a beautiful experience. But on the other hand, there's so much imposter syndrome. Like you're carrying your own Netflix show. Your name's in the title.
Are you nervous a little bit?
So nervous. I'm like most nervous, as you can tell, I'm pretty nervous about
You're
that.
nervous.
So I'm trying
I know,
to push
it's
so much
cute.
into it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is. It's a lot of pressure, if you will. You know,
Yeah.
like you're the star. It's your show.
And
so
I've never done that before.
And of course, and you want it to do well, obviously. The first 7 episodes drop today.
Yeah.
And then we have the finale on August 12th. Which is going to be cool. Keep everybody anticipating, waiting to see if this man gets married.
Crazy.
I can't wait to see
Yeah,
it.
that was the final one.
Put a rock on it
I
like
had a
this.
huge ring too. It's like, wow.
Respect.
You know, all the girls get custom their ideal engagement rings.
Shut up.
Yeah, all real diamonds.
And
Everything.
they kept it even if...
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, even if...
No, if they get eliminated, they give it back.
Yeah, I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
No, the budget was like crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So they all come in and they're
They're
like,
like, this is the ring I want.
yeah, they all pick their. So if
Damn.
any guys are lucky enough to be dating any of the incredible ladies from the show that I'm not with or maybe whatever else, watch the show and look at the ring that they have because that's the one that they want.
Oh, there you go. Zoom in.
Yeah.
You'll know what she needs already.
Yeah.
I want to touch on the 3, you know, kind of confidants that you have on the show, right?
Yeah.
They're your 3 best friends. This is what I think is so unique about the format of this show is that you have these 3 friends that are helping you throughout this process, guide you when you might get all spiraled up and jumbled up in your head and focus on the wrong thing or the right thing, right? So you have Amanda Kloots, right? How do you become friends with Amanda Kloots from the Dancing with the Stars world?
No, I did a Netflix show with her live from the other side. Oh, another one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, with Tyler Henry, and she was hosting that because she is the best person when it comes to talking about grief.
Sweet. Yeah.
She's so talented with that and how she handled her own situation is like such a beautiful blessing. But when my dad was crossing over, she was just the easiest person to just help make me have a beautiful outlook on it all and be appreciative of it. So we grew so close.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
From the outsider looking in, it feels like an unusual match of
The most
friends,
random.
you know?
The most
but
random.
it's very sincere and real.
She was a perfect balance of everything. Like we could be serious, we could be stupid, and she's perfect on camera.
She's
and
like your big sis.
she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
Love that. Then you had your ex-girlfriend.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a wild one.
Georgia Hazarati.
Yeah.
Okay, Georgia.
Yeah, no, she's good. So we dated a fair few years ago.
After Too Hot to Handle.
Yep. Yeah.
You met her through people on that show.
Yeah, we had I like came on my podcast and stuff.
Georgia.
Yeah. No, the funny thing is I told them interview anyone in my life that you want on the show that you think is good. Like I'd rather have a good show than have my feelings hurt. Like I don't care. Like let's just make it as good as we need it to do.
So why Georgia?
Hats off to her. When my dad did pass, we put everything to the side and she reached out and she was like, hey, look, I'm here for you.
That's very
whatever
sweet.
you need. And that was like super generous.
Yeah.
And like really touching. I was just like, yeah, I can't like move past that at all. Like that was just like because there's so many friends that knew that he was sick, and like because I was with them and told them, knew he was sick, and then when he passed, nothing. Don't hear radio silence. So I was like, okay, cool. Like for her to put everything, all our trials and tribulations,
that's really nice.
all our heartbreak years ago, put it to the side and be like, hey, I'm gonna make sure that you know I'm here, was the sweetest thing ever. And I think when you lose someone, you know who's real and you know who isn't.
Yeah.
With her to do that was special. So then when they asked about the show and they asked who I was most comfortable with, I'm like, Georgia's the one.
That's not only sweet and kind that she did that, that's so mature of her. And like that's what I think also speaks like volumes, like in a world of like reality TV and social media and all the nonsense and the back and forth, like how big of her to do that. You know what I mean? It
was special. So then after my dad had passed, we reconnected and we were so good. Like just the best of friends. And
so sick. Perfect match.
So
no pun intended.
No.
Perfect fit.
Yeah, perfect
Excuse
fit.
me, for the show.
No, and it was good. And then on the show, like I think it was a bit daunting too, like to be in that whole experience. I think she handled herself amazing. And I think that, when people see it, they'll enjoy it.
Was she giving you like real like cutthroat advice? Was she like being
she
a real
was trying, and I was like, yo. I'm like, we dated like 5 years ago. Yeah. Like, I'm different now.
You're like, I've changed.
Yeah, like, you don't know me.
You don't know me.
No, we
she's
had
like,
a lot of fun.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she's like, we dated. Yeah.
She's like, I know a part of you at least, right? Well, that's cool. And then the third person, the third mentor was Sunny, yeah?
Yeah, so Sunny, we became friends, I think in 2020, like pretty fast friends.
Yes.
Like, he is not in the space at all. He hates attention.
No.
He hates anything to do with this. He just knew that he doesn't trust anyone else to be in that position. Like he's one of my closest, most amazing friends. He's the father of my godson. And his wife, Drea, is the most beautiful, amazing person on the planet. Like could do no wrong in her eyes. Like they're the best people ever. Like he's a bit of a knucklehead, like because he used to be a professional fighter. He's a bit of a dickhead.
Okay.
But he's always the one that is the realest with me and gives me the toughest love. And then also with my friends, like he knows who's good and who's bad, and he'll always tell me exactly what's going on. Like he doesn't get anything out of being my friend, and he doesn't want anything out of it,
right?
Apart from just being a big brother.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I also love that you said that he doesn't like the lights, camera, action. He's not there for that.
Nah, he's the best. Like he's the realist.
He's gonna give it to you how it is. He's gonna be straight with you.
Yeah.
And it's coming from like a male, so that's like your bro. That's like your homie. So you're taking it from a different perspective than the two women, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have like big sis, big bro, ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was the vibes.
It's crazy. And
awesome.
I don't know. Like I hope that the next season, the next person in that spot can keep that, because I want to see someone else squirm with their exes, like grilling them.
Is it going to be season 2 of Marry Harry, or there's just going to be another?
I think it's called
highlighted?
Let's Marry, and then they change the name, which makes sense.
Okay, this is kind of a question for you, like in the mind space of when you were filming.
Okay.
Let's Marry Harry. Like, were there ever moments where you're like, holy shit, like I am going to marry this woman? Like, did you have like moments like of freak out? Because it's like such a big commitment.
It was the craziest feeling ever.
Like,
I remember just like asking for signs from my dad, because I was like, dude, I don't know if I can do this.
Right.
I don't know if I can marry a stranger in like 30 days.
Totally.
I don't know if I can carry a Netflix show. I don't want to upset these girls that have put their life on pause. They've spent money on makeup and clothes and all this stuff. They're doing this crazy fucking vulnerable thing marrying and also marrying a stranger. Like I was like, I don't know if I could do this. So the first day of the group date, I'm like walking to the toilet, Marina Del Rey, and I was like, Dad, like my thing is with like bees with him. Before he passes, like if I see a bee, I think of you because we used to beekeep together. And I was walking, and I'm like, Dad, if this is the right thing to do, just like show me a bee. And I was like walking, didn't see anything, and then go in the urinal, and someone put a bee sticker right where I was peeing, and I was like, what the fuck? There's a bee here. Like,
No.
in my head, I'm like, the bees are too easy. I need to see a dragonfly. I have to see a dragonfly because I haven't seen a dragonfly in forever. I swear to God, again, not on camera, but like,
No.
I'm walking with my brother-in-law. I'm like, yeah, it's so weird. And I look up, there's a store that says dragonfly. And I was like, okay,
Wow.
this motherfucker's here.
He's with you.
So then I'm like, I was getting
really cool.
I was getting cocky. So I was like, hey, Dad, because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Send me your initials. I need to see your initials because I don't believe this shit at all. I don't believe it at all in the slightest. At the end of the night, when the cameras are down, everything's done, my mom comes, hands me a card that she had written in from her new husband and my brother. And my brother, instead of signing off Charlie, wrote CPJ. And I was like, all right, we're good. We saw it. Yeah.
Wow.
Because his name's Charles Jowsey.
Yeah.
But instead of writing Charles, he wrote CPJ.
Doing this show, did it change your definition of love?
Yeah, I think it did, to be honest. I think it made me realize that love is effort and that it's clear communication and trust. And I believe that it really helped me kind of understand that I need to put more energy and effort into it.
Yes.
And to learn more about it and to ask more questions.
Yes.
To be more curious about it and to talk and don't be afraid to speak. Because I think like quite easy to just like,
yourself.
Yeah. And then being like fully dismissive and like, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to go over here, do this. So like it with dating shows, the best thing about it is you just have to talk.
Yeah.
And you have to confront your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was confronting my feelings with 20 different women all the time. They're confronting their feelings with me. And I think that that really helped me go, all right, like worst thing that happens is we have a conversation and we're a little bit upset, but at least we get through it. So it's all good. Instead of holding on to it and running away.
Yeah. And the best thing about communication too, like in a relationship, and I could speak to this because I am married, I'm very happily married. You have to be honest.
Yeah.
Have to say what's on your chest. Because if you don't, it bottles up and then it turns into a big explosion.
It's the worst.
But the main thing I say to everybody, and this is my advice to you, Mr. Jowsey, Mr. Almost Married Man, I think, right? Is above all things in a relationship, respect needs to be number one. And I think people forget that in a romantic, intimate relationship. I think people are like, oh yeah, you have to respect your family and your friends and your elders, but you have to respect your partner. If respect isn't there, nothing else is there. So respecting their feelings and their ideas and whatever it is, just respect is key. And then you could love everything else about them.
Wow, no one's ever said that to me.
See?
There we go. I need to respect them all.
Isn't it true? No, I'm not just saying that like to you. I'm not saying to you.
I definitely
I'm saying like
that
out there in general. Like respect is a really big part
It's powerful.
of partnership and marriage and love and just like staying in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think it's so easy to lose your cool and be disrespectful to the ones that you love because you know that they're there and you know they're on your side and they're in your corner. But actually, that's the last thing you should do.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Got you.
I needed that one.
I got you.
Wow.
So I want to just close out on this. You've built an entire career of people watching you on camera, like we mentioned before, like falling in love, being your goofy self, all these moments, right? Do you ever think the audience thinks that they know who you are, but they don't really know who you are? Or do you think that what you see is what you get?
No, I feel like people have a weird relationship with me.
Like, do you think the audience really knows the true you?
No.
They don't.
No, maybe I'll marry Harry. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. So I hope I got a good edit. No, yeah, I think so. But that also what's helped with the podcast too, is like I get to just express myself and have thoughts and feelings. And I'm hoping after this, they're like, oh, okay, we get him now. I think I've been very honest about my game plan when it goes to these shows. Yeah, I think that people will know me now.
What do you think the biggest assumption is that women make about you that's not true?
I think just being a fuckboy and a player. I think also people think I go out and drink all the time.
Yeah.
Like I drink once a year, birthdays or New Year's, like either or.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm not this fuckboy. I don't go out. I don't see anyone. I just work. I work out, and like that's it. But I believe obviously it's from doing a hookup show like Perfect Match or Taught to Handle. Like these shows are primed to be like these people have a problem or a sex addiction or whatever else.
Right.
And ever since Taught to Handle, people have been like, that's how it's been branded.
Right. So you want to prove everybody wrong right now. Everybody who thinks you're just this reality TV fuckboy, Let's Marry Harry's going to put you in a different light.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed. He hasn't seen it yet.
Fingers crossed.
Go watch it. It's out now.
It's out right now. I'll watch it with you guys.
Premiere day is today.
Fuck.
Crazy. Well, I'm so excited for you. All right. So this is the best part of my podcast. It's super fun. I ask everybody to choose a unique piece off my rack to throw on, and then we'll do some rapid fire fun questions. So what
I'm not going to fit your stuff.
No, I know it won't fit you though. That is true. I have certain things that I know will fit you, but what's speaking to you? Okay.
This is so funny.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Harry, describe to me what you chose off the rack and why.
This feels like a fun 80s like acid trip.
Yep.
And actually, this feels like a very producer shirt, to be honest.
A producer shirt?
Yeah, because it's like over the top. You have like a little single on underneath, maybe some denim jorts.
Loud.
And loud running around. Like you're going to see her. Like, you know, if you need to talk to her.
Clocked.
She's got you.
So fun. And I'm wearing this. It's crazy colorful. You have every color in your shirt. And mine is this crazy colorful long sleeve shirt as well. I tried to match your vibe.
Look at us.
All right. Let's do some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Real fun. Okay.
Yep.
I want you to answer these openly, honestly, and just have fun with it.
Okay.
What's the most Harry Jowsey thing you've done this week?
Train twice a day.
Wow. I love it. What's something you're embarrassingly bad at that nobody knows?
I pee the bed when I'm drunk.
I'm dead. Screaming. If your dating life had a movie title, what would it be?
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. Love it. If your exes formed a group chat and they were all in it, what would the title of the group
Let's
chat be?
Divorce Harry. It's a real one. The girls from the show have it. Swear to God. Thank you so much.
Okay, there we go. Let's divorce Harry. If you had to swap lives with another famous personality for a week, who would you pick?
Kevin Hart.
Yes, Kevin Hart. Why?
It's just like, he seems like the best guy ever. I love his videos on Instagram. Obviously, he's so successful with business stuff, but his movies are great. Everything just seems like a good time.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
If you had to survive on a deserted island with a famous person, who would it be?
Will Ferrell.
What's the most I can't believe this is happening celebrity moment that you've ever had? Like, can't believe it.
Justin Bieber. Dabbing me up so many times.
Dabbing you up.
It's crazy.
With the beeps. That's so sick. If someone played you in a movie, who would you want it to be casted as?
Oh, I feel like Glenn Powell because he's just so handsome.
He's a stud.
It'd be nice to pretend to be him.
Do you know who else I would cast as you?
Who?
Channing Tatum.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because he's a stud.
He's a stud.
He's actually a good dancer though, Harry. So I don't know
I'm
if it's a
kinda
good
fucked on
fit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
If your phone search history was leaked tomorrow, how worried would you be?
Pretty worried. That's the only one I had to think for. I'm like, yeah.
Screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I think if it was my chat GPT, I'd be fucked.
What's one purchase you've made without that was like completely unnecessary, but it was worth every dollar?
Probably my Range Rover. It was like $190,000 and I didn't need to get it.
But you got it.
And it's got TVs in the back because I'm like, I'm going to have kids and they're going to watch TV.
That's cute.
But then I realized that kids probably won't watch TV until like 4 or 5. So like, I'll probably have a new car by then.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
the thought was there.
Yeah.
The good thought was there. What's your guilty pleasure TV show?
Love Island. I just love that show so much.
Love
First
it.
time watching it this season.
Is it good?
The greatest show of all time.
Yeah, I know. What's your workout secret? You train 2 times a day?
Yeah, hybrid workouts, boxing and weights.
Damn. Love it. That's the Harry Jowsey tea.
There is.
What's your favorite fruit? Are you sweet, savory? What kind of guy are you?
Savory, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then sometimes I get a bit slutty and I want to have some sweet stuff.
What is your idea of a dream date? Like, what is your dream date?
I think going to Africa and doing an African safari.
Nice. Have you ever been?
No, but I just like am excited about doing shit.
What's something that you're extremely competitive about that people maybe wouldn't expect?
Let's Marry Harry being number 1, being the best show on Netflix ever. I'm so competitive.
Watch it,
about
people. Stream it. Get this guy to number 1.
Please.
What is one rumor about you that is so ridiculous, but you almost wish it was true?
That I'm gay. I would love to be gay.
People say you're
All
gay.
the time with my best friend Dom or Carter, like they always say that me and like Dom or me and Carter are like in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I would love that. But unfortunately, like we're not into each other.
You're like, it's just not like that.
It's not a thing. Yeah. It'd be so much easier. I wouldn't have to do all these fucking shows.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Let's Marry Harry 2.0.
Gay
all
version.
men.
Yeah, please.
Gay version.
Let's go.
All male cast.
Yeah.
What's your biggest green flag that people don't give you credit for?
I am super attentive. Yeah, like when
Love
it
it.
comes to being with my person, it's all I think about. All I want to do is make him better.
Focused.
Yep.
What's a
Focused.
red flag of Harry Jowsey's?
I'm a flirt.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But that's, see, you get it from your dad.
It's my big dad.
I
Yeah.
got it too from my family, so
Yeah.
I get you. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from being famous?
That nothing matters and people suck. Like people are always gonna be mean no matter what. So like, who cares?
You're always going to have haters.
Yeah,
so just
nothing
keep
matters.
being you.
And the bigger the person, the more haters. Like it's all good.
Totally.
Like who cares?
In 5 years from now, Harry, what do you hope people are saying about you? Do you want to be remembered as the reality TV guy or for something more?
I think like an entertainment god, which would be cool. You know, like
Yeah.
you just when you see Kevin Hart or Will Ferrell, like whatever movie they're in, whatever they're doing, it's gonna make you feel good.
Yeah.
It's my whole goal is like if you see a show that I'm on or a movie I'm in, it's gonna make you feel good and you're gonna laugh.
I love that.
That's the goal.
And my last cutesy question. Do you think you'll make a good husband, Harry Jowsey?
The greatest husband of all time.
I love it. You're the best. High
You're the
five.
best. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. You're the man. Thanks for putting on my crazy clothes, answering all the questions,
You're
and
the
I
best.
just appreciate you immensely.
Yeah.
And you guys know what's up when it comes to reality TV. I've got Dibs on this.
Woo.